Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Nasa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective.
Let's just go.
I have a lingering situation.
I want a situation.
Why didn't I do my song?
Oh.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you
That's for the
go.
podcast. Can't be trying to leave you all the time.
Who tried?
Me? I'm trying to get rid of you.
If I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind because you mean that much to me.
Do your arm.
Ain't too proud to beg. Okay.
You didn't do the arms like they did. The stripped arms and the... That was in it. What was the one they did this one to? It's not War.
No.
It's the other one.
Cloud 9? Is that Cloud?
This is Papa's Rolling Stone.
Is that Papa's Rolling Stone?
Boom, 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 boom. This one.
There you go.
Was this one?
Get it and roll.
I got a little extra on mine, though.
Some of the kids.
Girls, yes it is.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the Go Ladies podcast. It's been a while.
It has.
That's my NPR voice.
It is. I'm giving 1-800 number the voice.
Why are you girl 6?
Why not be girl
Why
6?
Girl 6? Hopefully our listeners know what that is. If you're starting
It's a Spike Lee joint.
Yeah, girl 6.
Mm.
Yeah. Welcome. We're happy to have you. We have lots to talk about.
You're driving this ship today.
Including...
Here we go.
Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
Girl.
On Broadway.
On Nashville.
It's a Broadway series.
On Commerce.
Oh.
Sorry.
We do have a Broadway in Nashville.
We do.
I don't know.
It wasn't even on Commerce, though. What institute is that? Is that Union?
It's not Dedrick. It's the corner.
Dedrick. 6th and Dedrick. I live here, don't know where I'm going. Obviously.
Oh, listen, Nathan and I both saw the show called Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Story of the Temptations.
Yep.
And we both saw it with our mothers.
Yes.
On separate nights.
It was good.
So yeah.
It's a great Mommy and Me show. It's a great show.
It is.
But it's a great Mommy and Me show. Like, yeah. We were singing. My mom was singing loud at one point. I was like, you are not on the stage.
Oh, this was definitely boomer gang. Like,
girl, I had to tell her, like, you know what? Let's not. Because you singing.
I was in it.
Yes. It's a solo, though. It wasn't even a group sing. It was a solo, and she was singing with the soloist. I'm like...
Yeah. No, all the words. She was like, this me.
We went through the song list before it started. Because I knew most of them. That there was some like, Mom, what's this? She's like, oh, it's this like this. Hit it, girl. Get it. Because she was in it. So I was like, all right.
I love that. Mommy, of course, was singing as well.
Y'all from Detroit. Y'all was really in there.
Oh, my God.
They did Smokey wrong, though.
His little voice.
They did Smokey wrong. You know, let me tell you. Let me talk to the camera real quick.
Okay.
If I had a producer, I'd say single me out. But I ain't got no producer. But in my mind, I need a tight shot.
Zoom in.
I love Smokey.
You do.
Tears of a Clown. Smokey. Now, Smokey Gasms, I ain't too sure about Smokey. You know, you're doing the most right now. You're doing a whole lot. But I refuse to shame older person with an active sex life. Because I plan to be said older person with an active sex life. But they did Smokey's voice wrong in this show. His little concholine wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
I was like...
I don't know Smokey.
I got Tears of a Clown on the 45. Y'all know Smokey? I got it on the 45.
Okay. You know the funny thing is?
What?
My mother is not a fan of Smokey because of his soft voice. She's not. She never was. She was like, I think that little voice, that voice is light. I don't...
Because he gonna whisper in your ear. That's Smokey. The green-eyed, blue-eyed bandits. Come on, Smokey.
She was never a Smokey.
Light-skinned wonder. He's in the Light-Skin Hall of Fame. Come on, Smokey.
What? Not the light-skin Hall of Fame.
He in the Light-Skin Hall of Fame.
Temptations, yes. That's my mama's group. You couldn't tell her nothing. What?
No, I'm gonna let you finish.
No, she sang every single word. And then afterwards was shocked. I still know the words. Yeah, you do. Because you just were transported back to
You're right.
youth.
Right. I was angry when I left.
Why?
Sing all the songs. There's one song that's missing.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm looking high and low on the list. Not that one, not that.
What did you really hear?
So then in my mind, I'm like, it must be the encore song. That's why it's not listed.
Okay.
It wasn't.
What's
They didn't sing Silent Night.
Did they have Christmas in the
First of all, it's a song that they are known for. Across generations and ethnicities. They are known for In My Mind. Now, I get the fact that there wasn't a particular, season in the show. But
You had like
in my motherfucking mind,
you had time frames.
I wanted to hear.
You're the only one I've heard say that. Nobody.
I was looking for it.
Silent
I was.
Night.
Who was looking for Silent Night?
No, I wasn't even thinking about Silent Night.
You must not be a fan. Because a true fan knows In My Mind should have been on that list.
No, the OGs were good.
At least for the encore song. Come on now.
No.
You could have come back out and been like, there's one song we left out. I know it ain't the time of year, but it's always a good time for good feelings. Boom! Hit it in my mind. I'd have hollered. You're going to 5 heart bitches later. That would have been me.
Why? No, they didn't need Silent Night. I thought it was fine without. That's fine. We agree to disagree. No.
But she's wrong.
I didn't hear anybody.
I was checking for it.
Silent Night. They did all the other really.
They did. They could have done Silent Night.
And the boomers were in it. And I was just happy to see it. Mama was very happy. Clapping.
It was good.
She, like you said, same thing, like it was a concert, but I had to tell her, like, there's dialogue too, so I need you to bring it down just a little.
It was good.
She was, yeah! Hand was up. I'm like, all right. Okay.
My mama in the seat doing this. You on stage? Go ahead, mama. Get it.
Oh my gosh. That brought me joy, I will say that. Seeing the mothers, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just happy for you.
Because this is going to get real deep real fast because you know how I am.
Oh,
but, no, I ain't going to cry.
okay.
But our parents, we know them as our parents. You know what I mean? We don't know them. And I hate to use the term in their heyday because your heyday is whatever day you're breathing, right? But we don't know them before us.
Right.
And so to see her, them be transported back, because you know some of them songs got some memories on them.
Listen.
Some of them songs got some. Make you shake your neck out a little bit, like, You know how that song hit you good?
It's right. Party.
The red light was on. The slow drag. I'm just saying. So I think it's always good to see that because I think about my grandmother, who's obviously passed away now. But, my mom said to me once, everybody who knew her as her is gone, And I'm like, we know her as our grandmother, but we don't know her as her,
right.
We know a piece of her. And so to see them, get to experience some of that's good.
Yeah. I agree. I thought it was good.
So what musical will we have? Will it be like the Bad Boy Story? It'll be at the Motown Review,
I know.
Because I'm gonna be there like,
nothing compares. My stepdad asked, he was like, well, what's y'all Motown or whatever?
Bad Boy?
Bad Boy. Or I said just culturally, hip-hop.
Yeah.
I was like, that's our generation. Hip-hop will be 50 this year.
I'm gonna be at the nursing home on my walker. All about the bitch that's gonna play, and I'm a rap Lil' Kim. I'm a rap. I am. Okay. Cash Money is gonna forever take over for the 2000 hit replacement or not. Yes.
Okay.
And some little boys gonna be there playing on the piano for us. We're gonna be like, that's all back in the day. I remember when.
Yes, and we'll be transported.
Yes. And I'll be shaking it in my chair like.
Got the walker with the tennis ball.
Girl, in there, getting it.
That's hilarious. Ours is hip hop.
It is. It is definitely hip hop.
It really is hip hop. So Yeah, Bad Boy. That'd be a good musical.
Yes.
That'd be
Bad Boy.
gosh.
And the clank.
Yes. God, I feel old.
I'm pissed that I missed that last tour they did.
Oh yeah.
The Bad Boy, yeah. Because I should have been there.
I got my Bad Boy jersey too. I know the dance. I could diddy bop, do the total.
Girl.
Yeah. I like it. What?
Do y'all hear this?
Oh, they're mowing the lawn. I'm sure y'all hear it.
Yes.
I mean,
sorry.
You know, this is a part of what it is for us. We don't have
When you have a home studio
behind us. It's a home studio. This is what you get. You want the real, raw, uncut. I mean, I don't know how raw it is, but it's uncut.
It's hilarious.
I did tell the story about Oh Dirty Bastard song, Shimmy Shimmy Ya. You know that story.
I don't know the song. Hit it.
Okay, so in the hook, he says, "Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw." Do you know that song?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was young. I didn't know what raw was.
Y'all know she young too, so I'm thinking she should not have been okay.
But it was on the radio. Like, they were... Okay, so... My dad and I, we were in the car. We were driving from Detroit.
Not your daddy.
I know my dad. We were spending time. We drove from Detroit to New Jersey, where he's from. And the closer we got, obviously you pick up New York radio. So it was Funk Master Flex. And I was like, ooh, because I heard about him. But, you know, we didn't get that in Detroit. So I'm like, ooh. So then that song comes on. And I'm like, ooh, baby, I like it raw. And then my daddy.
With your daddy in the car?
No idea. He immediately turns the radio off. And he goes, you don't like nothing raw. And I was like, I don't know. It's just a song.
My version, that's Catholic School Like a Virgin.
Oh.
We all sing it. Like a virgin. Hey! Touch for the very first time. And they're like, do you know what the virgin is? I have to, the Virgin Mary. That's what I know. She's Jesus' mama. I couldn't sing that no more.
You can't sing it no more.
Like a virgin. Hey!
Yeah. So we all have those stories. I didn't like anything raw.
No.
Apparently. I'm like...
You shouldn't, girl. You know.
Right. I was like... I really am just singing. He's like...
Don't do that.
And I'm like, you would know, Daddy. Anyway, but...
You see my face? I didn't say it.
Hi.
I didn't say it. Oh,
what?
Speaking of fathers.
Hit it.
So yesterday was my daddy's birthday. And I love my daddy. Hey, daddy. And I actually forgot to call him yesterday. Now, his car's in the mail. Now, it went in the mail late. He didn't get on his birthday. But it's been a hell of a week, daddy. And I love you. And I'm so sorry that I did not call you on birthday. I'm calling you after I tape this. So,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's all.
Okay. You ready for topics? Anything else? Get off.
Where have we been? Where haven't I been?
Right.
We had Delta meeting.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Delta meeting because that's, you know.
Yes.
Everyone don't know all the terms, so.
Right.
We had Delta meeting.
Yeah, we did. That was fun.
It was.
Tiring.
It was.
I had posted. I'm kind of taking for granted my age. There are just certain things and feelings that come with this body at this age, right?
Right.
So I did not anticipate being as exhausted as I was from working an event, which is much different than attending an event.
Come on, speak on it.
But I did not anticipate how tired I was.
I felt homecoming fatigue in my bones the next day.
Yeah.
And I actually slept in and then had to immediately start doing some work. I had a project I was working on. And when I say my body was like, bitch, what you doing? And I was like, I'm pushing through. And it's like, are we?
Right.
Are we? Because we're about to leave you. And I'm like, no. Hold tight.
Yeah.
And it held on. I made it through, but ooh, Jesus.
One of my girls took off on Monday.
Several of my friends did.
I'm like, why didn't I do that?
I didn't even think about it.
I didn't either. And you know, I'm a take off queen.
For me, it was, You know how I am. I typed up my itinerary for the weekend, so I knew where I had to be and when I had to be there for everything. You know, everything was going on.
Yeah.
And I am the queen of, yes, I can do 17 things in 5 hours. And it's not, I can do all this. And then 2 audibles,
Yeah.
why not? And so looking at it now, I'm like, I didn't think that through.
Yeah.
I had a room on Saturday. I got the room thinking I will stop in the room midday, rest myself to continue on. Yeah. Ask me when I got to my room.
Late at night?
11:30 p.m. 11:30 p.m. It's the first time I stepped foot in my room.
Girl.
It was ridiculous.
Bless you.
That's what we did.
So it was, 3 days? 3-day long meeting.
We found out you were an old millennial.
Oh, yes, I am. But we found out in a session that Miss Nasa here facilitated.
I got boomer tendencies on the paper.
Boomer tendencies. Nasa did an amazing job. I'm going to shout her out because she does not hype herself up. But she did an amazing job.
I did.
No. What did I say in my video yesterday? You say thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Nasa was a facilitator. And not only did she, introduce the panel, but she gave great anecdotal tips as well, too. Like how to find people if you need this, general housekeeping. You just did a really good job at that.
Thank you. Yeah. I am probably the worst student. I love learning.
Yeah.
But I am very particular about certain things, the things decent and in order. If you're going to pivot, I don't mind a pivot, but let's call some audibles and take people along the journey. I am very big on the experience in the field, you know? And so I hate to say this, but when I try to plan an event, I try to plan an event for the naysayer because I am normally the naysayer.
Okay.
And so if I can do something that I would like, normally I'm going to do something that others would like because I'm really critical. I mean, that's the term for it. I call it my consultant spirit. I see things and want to make them better. Yes. But my mom says I'm just critical about stuff. But, but in doing so, I do. I'm like, okay, would I sit through this? You know? Okay. And so, and I was intentional. There's one thing I did that was really intentional. The whole thing's intentional, but I specifically called this out. A lot of times in meetings of, I'm going to say Black women, we don't always talk about our professional accomplishments.
I love that.
We talk about that we're good people, talk about community service, talk about even our Delta resumes, and all that's important. Yeah. But also what we do professionally every day is important because we do not utilize our network nearly enough. And so I was intentional about adding where everyone worked or what they did professionally to their bios. You think it'd be in there anyway, but it really wasn't. Right. Because I wanted to call that out so we could make those connections and lift as we climb, you know? So it was good. I had fun doing that. That was actually the highlight of my entire weekend because I really did have fun engaging. Yes. And for someone who is normally very introvert by actuality, extrovert by profession, it's funny because I'm sitting there and then it's like, time to be on stage. Let's go entertain the people. And then I'm done.
You did a good job there.
Thank you.
So, I mean, do you want to describe a little bit? We talked about generational.
Yes. Ooh, yes.
Traits.
Yes.
Such. And how, when you learn about individuals and the generations that they're a part of, how that can, how you can work together.
Yes, definitely. Well, I think you have to understand people's point of views and where they're coming from and what appeals to them, knowing that not everything fits everyone. Just because you're part of a group does not mean that everything fits you, right? But they talked about how boomers like to have paper. Like, you know, I like to have a piece of paper in my hand, X, Y, and Z. I like to have paper in my hand. Yes. And I don't know if it's a boomer tendency or if that's just the fact that I worked in communications for so long. Your prompt to go down, I'm going to need to have a script. You know what I mean? And I have been in places where I put a script on the podium and it come up missing. The speaker before it walked off with it. Don't worry, boom, bam. I got another one.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I roll. And so even for the event, people had their phones, whatever else. I had a printed itinerary. I had a printed bio that I could still mark through and make changes on, you know, so that way I can do my thing. Shut up.
I print where I have to. But see, that's different because boomer tendencies is the hey mama, printing MapQuest still and not using GPS on your phone. See, your eyes got big. That's boomer. I printed the directions. I'm like, just put it in the phone. But, you know, we love them. So,
yeah. My mom is here visiting. I emailed her an itinerary. So she's like, I got my schedule. I'm like, because I believe in letting you know. Here's where I'm going to be.
What's going on.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And why? I still question because it depends on who's doing the survey. Like I feel like I've been renamed so many different times. X has not changed. It's X. But it's been millennial. And then for this one was Y, Generation Y. And I'm like.
That was funny. Why? They always asking why. All they want to know is why. Which is so true.
It's very true.
We were the because I told you so generation.
Right.
My mama said, do this. You might be wanting some dumb ass thing to do, but mama said, do it, so we're going to do it. He's like, we're not really going to ask why. Yeah. We challenge authority. We don't even trust authority as Gen Xers, but we're not going to ask that question. We just assume you're dumb at that point. We just keep moving. Okay. But y'all ask why. Why?
So it just depends for me. But I definitely agree with that on certain things. Yeah. Why are we doing this? How is this a good use of my time? Like what? And that challenge has, I don't say to my detriment, but I have had it, you know, be like, hey, just do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I need to know why are we carrying out this mission?
Yeah.
So that I know how hard to go in the paint. That's part of it for me. How invested do I need to be? Or is it just a little surface?
That's hilarious.
It's a valid question.
It is.
I enjoyed it. It was really good.
My foot's asleep now. I can't move my foot. Like it did. It went to sleep. Okay, wake on up.
The larger thing, though, is in Delta, we call it Sisterhood Month, March.
Yep.
It's coming to an end, Women's History Month. So, the conference, I thought, was really good in terms of strengthening our sisterhood. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
We both work really hard.
Yes.
I promise you, I was like, I'm so tired.
The panel that I did, I did 4 workshops. Obviously, I did 4 workshops at the event. The last panel was about Black women mental health.
I hate that I missed that one.
Y'all, first of all, the room was packed.
Oh, yeah.
Second, it reminds me how necessary safe spaces are for us. Not that we don't know that every day, but right. I mean, it exemplified it, right? Yeah. And it amplified that. And everyone in the room, there were people who were very, very raw. And that session could have gone on for 2 more hours. Just because, you know, when people say let your hair down, you got to let your hair down, unburden so much stuff. And, you know, that time frame just wasn't enough for that. And the presenters gave it their all, and they were great. Like, I had to cut them off at one point. I'm like, one activity, like, we can't do no activities. It's time to go to the next thing, you know? But that's the one thing I will take away from it. Like, we have to lean more into the self-care space. And I'm not talking about self-care, get your nails done. Right. I'm talking about self-care, deep healing work that you do with a therapist, that you do with a life coach, that you do with a licensed professional who can guide you and steer you, because people are struggling. We just had an incident at TSU, you know, was it yesterday? Yeah. No, day before yesterday. Day before yesterday. And, you know, people are struggling. Suicide rates are rising. And it's like, we need to offload some of that stuff because everybody has a breaking point. I hate people say, well, I would never do that. You don't know what your breaking point is.
No.
You don't know. No. And I'm just like, everyone has one, you know? And so, we have to take some of the stuff off our chest and do a better job of that.
That's why I lay down.
Girl.
But establishing boundaries. I mean, even just crossing the 2 sessions, boomers don't necessarily subscribe to that. Because even like when I talk to my mom, and for me it is like we've talked about unlearning to relearn.
Right.
As an OG millennial, I do, I am a cusper, but there are some things now in my 40s that I'm like, that's a hard boundary for me, or that I'm just, I'm not willing to do that. And my mom will be like, well, you just don't give any wiggle room, depending on what it is. But case in point, if it's something that's supposed to end at a certain time, that I'm ending. Everyone else is late at this point. I've gone maybe 10 minutes over. Mm-hmm. You didn't do it in that time. We're done. It's clearly printed that it's from here to here.
My only caveat to birth situations, outside of that, no. No.
Yeah. But some things I'm just learning because I have been burnt out by, let me stay longer, and I'm like, no. I'm tired.
No.
I'm not doing it anymore.
I don't do that well. Mm-hmm. I readily admit that I normally go above and beyond. But I find myself doing it in small ways, and I am really proud of myself for that. Yeah. Even today, I was working an event, and we were carrying stuff to set up. And I'm tired, obviously. I'm trying to do this physical labor to help set this thing up. And I said, I have one more trip in me. Because after this, I have nothing else. I'm not doing any more trips. It's not within my wheelhouse. I'm not doing any more trips. And in the past, I would be like, no, we got to rally, all team together. Yeah. And I was just like, no. I'm proud of you. Like, I cannot. Because if I do that, I'm going to be spent here, and I'm going to be spent at the event I have after this. Yep. And I need to give something to these other two things that are important to me. So I have nothing left on this trip. So
you are a team push through. Nothing is wrong with pushing through. I think with certain things, there's a time.
I do. I rally.
And sometimes you have to learn to be like, not on this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna move on.
That is true.
I get it. Okay. Aww. Yay. Okay, sisterhood.
Yes. Go.
Okay. Nasa says I'm driving.
You driving the boat?
Oh, Jesus. Pray for me, church.
I put my seatbelt on. Let's go.
So, Nasa, what does sisterhood mean to you? What does that look like for you?
Wow. So I have sisters. So I have a half sister, Sherry, and she has a little sister named Keisha, who is like my sister too. So who I met later on in life and love dearly. And so there's that level of sisterhood, right? And then there is the circle of people that you make family that become your sisters as well. And for me, I define sisterhood as a conglomerate of female friends that...
This is a corporate answer. Girl talk. Go ahead. Did you say conglomerate? What?
You see?
Sisterhood. I'm sorry.
You hear my tummy growling?
I hear you tummy. You just ate.
I know. Maybe I'm digesting.
Come on, metabolism.
I'll be pooped in a little bit. I know. I'm not going to do it. Okay. You know I have more decorum than that. I do not toot around the peoples. That's not what I do.
Very good.
I'm a lady.
Conglomerate.
Anyway.
Continue.
Sisterhood is a group of people that you can rely on, that'll rally for you, that'll pray for you, that'll stand with you, that'll intercess for you. I don't know if that's really a word. I made that up. But who will stand there. I mean, intercessory, but I made it a verb. Yes. Okay. Who will be there for you and lift you up, and you will do the exact same for. Yes. That's what a sisterhood is. It's a tribe of people with a dormelage.
I like that.
Yes.
Okay, random. Dormelage. This isn't good. It's a little violent. So I was watching something, and I was like, I wonder what it's like to chop somebody in the throat. And I know I shouldn't have had that thought, but... I was like, I want to learn how to do that to render them speechless in case I need to. Not just like on a random Tuesday, but like if I'm attacked, so I can just go. Okay, that's all. Dormelage.
I don't think I'm getting attacked anymore.
That's good.
Like, I really don't. Like, when I was younger, I thought about, someone trying to snatch me. I'm too heavy to snatch right now. You snatch me, I'm just going to go limp on you, and you have to carry me off. Now, if you can't carry me off, you can have my number.
If you're one of the...
Shut up.
Required 6...
6'3" or above, 250 plus, educated, and can talk a good gab and love the Lord.
Notice how loves the Lord is like down on the list.
No, it's not down the list.
Okay. It was no particular order.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Yeah. So sisterhood for me is this. I too have a biological sister. I have a stepsister. And then I have.
We love them. They're lovely.
I know. And then we have my chosen sisterhoods. And a lot of times, there are things that I can say to my chosen family that I can't say to my bio family. I feel there are just certain conversations. Now, I will say this, being transparent, I am not that close with my biological sister, who's my half sister, but I don't call her that. But the bond just was never there like that. Not to say that it can't be, but we cool.
You're also the baby. That's a huge age gap.
It's a huge age gap.
Yeah.
But I'm just putting that out.
Yeah.
I know other people struggle.
I mean, me and my bio sister, my half sister is like that. But we weren't raised in the same household. You know what I mean? And so, it was, it does make it different.
Absolutely.
So.
So it's a little, for me, through the years, it's gotten better. I can say that.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better. But I don't have I have friends who have sisters who are close because, maybe the age, there's not that big of a gap, or parents. I've heard of parents like forcing them, y'all gonna be raised together, we're gonna make this work, and they become close,
Right.
I just didn't really have that. I essentially was kind of raised like an only child.
Yeah.
But anyway, sisterhood for me is all of the above. The good, the bad, the ugly. You need me, I'm there. How can I enrich your life? How can I enrich my life? Your kids good. Like, you become just a part of the family.
Yeah.
You're in the family or you're not. Like, And with Nasa, for me, I knew Nasa loved me when she asked me to go pick her kids up from school. So, I was like, you want me to pick you? But I'm like, I'm in the family.
Yeah, you in the family. You come and eat my Cheez-Its. You in the family. I think my daughters are like that. Like, my daughters are only 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And, almost 3, but really, And they're very different people. Like, two opposite ends of the spectrum. However, I realized they were going to be okay because I don't know what I was doing. I had gone outside or something, and they were younger, and they were in the house, like not too young to be in the house by themselves, but and apparently had been looking for me. And they didn't realize I was outside getting something or talking to a neighbor. And they come out the door holding hands. And I was like, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, y'all might be for whatever else and be totally separate people, but when your back's against the wall, you grab each other's hand and you come together. Yeah. And I'm like, y'all be all right. And even now, they'll rally for each other. And normally they turn it on my ass. They be like, Mama, that's dumb. Or, you can't believe you got them Bobo shoes on. And I be like, these shoes cute. And they're like, no, they're not. So, they be on me.
They do. Oh, they give you hell.
They own me. Ain't nothing like getting rolled out by your own kids, and it be true. You be like, I was fresh. And they're like,
no, you thought.
Right.
I love that. I'd love to see just the evolution of your girls. Because I've seen it when they were younger and bickering and and I was like, oh my Lord. They like each other. They love each other.
They never hit each other though.
Right. And seeing them now as young adults really is beautiful. Shout out to your girls.
Like, I like
to watch them interact with each other, tag teaming against you.
All day.
But
all day.
It is beautiful to see because for a minute I was like, Lord Jesus. So yeah, I agree.
Yay.
Sisterhood. Shout out to sisterhood.
I mean, do bros have that same thing? I guess they have brotherhood.
Yeah, they do.
And,
I think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the movies about it. It's called The Wood, and all that stuff. They got movies about it. The Brothers. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
The best man. Shout out to Morris Chestnut.
Well, your movie is 4 brothers, and they was adopted.
Oh, yes.
That's your movie.
We're going to wash clothes. Hello.
Okay, I'm moving to this.
You should move. She would tell Edge for that too.
And what's he wearing? What scene? Didn't you like the all white?
Yeah, all white.
You rubbing your leg?
I'm stretching.
She's like,
I was not doing all that.
Him. This is kind of twofold. I think we answered this one. How has sisterhood shaped you, and how has it challenged you?
Ooh.
You can intertwine or whatever.
I mean, the people that you surround yourself by are the ones that iron sharpens iron, right? Mm-hmm. You are really the makeup of those that are around you. Mm-hmm. That's really true. If you got all shitty ass friends, you probably a shitty ass person too. I mean, let's be honest.
That's back to dudes who like, nah, I wouldn't hook you up with none of my friends.
Woo! Okay, we talked about that. Woo, that's a whole word. But how has it challenged you? Mm-hmm. I think as any child growing up, you try to be in groups and whatever else. Mm-hmm. And when you're rejected from groups, it can be very, very hurtful. Yeah. It can be very, very hurtful. Mm-hmm. And especially when you're trying to navigate. Because, I mean, everyone comes into the world and you're trying to navigate your space in the world. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you hit dead ends and hard spaces and all those things. And it helps redefine you. It helps make you resilient. But it also can be very hurtful. Mm-hmm. And so not everybody's going to like you. That's a given. That's okay. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have to like you. But during those formative years of trying to define yourself, figure yourself out. Yeah. And when you are met with less than stellar female circles, it can be hard to then trust women later on in life. Yeah. You hear a lot of women say, I don't even mess with women like that. You know, I hang with dudes more. Yeah. And I'm like, that's because you were hurt by women when you were younger. Like that's understandable, but don't categorize. Or all women are catty. Well, you a woman. Right. You got a cootie coo, so you catty too. Like, I don't understand that. So
I don't get that either. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. Like,
I've heard women say that too.
Yeah. Like, I rocks with dudes. I rocks with chicks. Like,
you're a woman.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's just something about the sisterhood. Like, and if you were hurt, say that. Like, I was hurt in the past, but to just like exclusively, I only hang with dudes. I'm like, okay.
That's like people church hurt though.
That hurt.
I don't even go to the church no more. It's a bunch of pimps in the pulpit. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So. What's wrong with you? Like, you know.
Right. True. That's navigating through that hurt.
Exactly.
Once you're able to identify it, that's the thing. You have to identify.
You got called up by name.
Yeah, and then work on fixing it.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
I think I am working diligently at calling my shit by name.
Come on, somebody.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, let me call it by name. Yeah. And I know that there's this one little thing, and I'm just pointing at it right here. It's in my little psyche. And it's one little thing that I have not dealt with. Mm-hmm. And I made a decision not to deal with it. I know it sounds crazy, but you have to know your limitations. And I think dealing with this will unravel me. Okay. So let me not deal with that. I don't have the capacity at this time to deal with that. Boundary. Maybe later on in life, I'll be able to unravel that. Mm-hmm. And I had somebody tell me, you should always push through and, you should really figure that out and get to the bottom and you could be so much better. That might be true. Mm-hmm. Or I might break myself. Yeah. And I choose not to break myself. Mm-hmm. So when I feel that I'm in a safe space to do so and I have the tools to do so, I'll deal with that. Mm-hmm. But until then, no, I'll keep that in the closet. Shut the door. Lock it. So she said I was rubbing my thighs. She body rolling.
That was my jam. And that was very, very serious what Nasa said. But that was my jam. Go ahead, sir. Naomi Campbell.
I'm not driving. You're driving, Poopy.
Okay. Oh, I'm back.
Squirrel.
Right. Okay. Well, how has it challenged me? Oh, by not always getting my way. In case you didn't know, I'm kind of spoiled. I was actually just told that this morning. So.
Yeah, water's wet.
Nathan challenges the hell out of me.
I do.
Okay, you push back. I'll say that. But I like it and I need it. It's not always what I want, but a lot of times it's what I need.